Alright, lads. I think this thing's on. I did 4 tests to make sure this thing was on, but recording on the phone is never an easy thing to do. My power's out. Isn't that fun? That's fun. While the power's out, it gives me something new to do. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I've never actually got it started. So now that I actually have submission in quotations, I'll say that I've been wanting to like review gameplay for a while, and I figured what better way to start than with my buddy official Jman with 177 subs, dude. How do you have more subs than me? That's cool. You're so cool. What? What? Kitten's over there still. She's making a face at me, but that's beside the point. So, we have 2 games to watch today. I don't know if we're gonna do them all in the same run. Maybe I'll just split them up. But this one is called True Ruin Value with Legion. My boy is a red rank now, right? Are you red or purple here? I'm not sure. So we got Legion on Dead Dog. So let's see what my boy does here. Okay, let's turn it up. I can barely see it. Okay, so we're going in. Well, first of all, what do we got here? Let's talk about the build. We got Ruin, Discordance, Barbecue, which I also run on Legion, and I'm all ears. Hey, power's back. Woohoo! Woohoo! Hey, I'm still gonna film this, and then we're gonna play the board game still.
I don't want to play the board games with the power's back.
You are such a woman.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's keep going here. So let's see what we get. Let's see what we do. I got a cherry coke here. I'm enjoying this. Okay, so we're patrolling. We're looking for survivors. Okay, we found scratch marks. Okay, we see the guy. Deep wound. Okay. Alright, first criticism. We're gonna stop right here. First criticism. What you're about to be going towards, my man, is the safest, in my opinion, is probably the safest part of the map right now. It's probably not worth it to go up there in Frenzy, because you have to go up there, you have to go up the stairs. Like, they already know what you're going to do. I can't really tell the add-ons you're running. I think you're running the ruler and the pin, is what it looks like, the broken pin and the etched ruler. I kind of forget what the etched ruler does off the top of my head. It doesn't have to do with cooldown or recharge rate. I'm not sure. But like, the point is, I don't think you have a duration add-on here. I don't think. And even if you did, I don't think it's actually worth it. I think what you should have done here was actually have stayed and tried to down this person. That's the safest gen on the map. Another reason you don't actually want to go over there is if they're going to hit that one, especially if they're going to hit it with discordance times, which they're about to do, you don't really need to pressure that. Because you can't. You would rather them pop that early than pop it late. Because if that generator saved late game, like, that's a nightmare to have to deal with late game for killer. Especially Legion, who's weak. So let them do that. Right now they're making a mistake, and you're about to go stop them from doing it. You would rather pressure the person who is not making the mistake. Okay, so you don't frenzy. You conserve the frenzy, which was good, but you're still going up here to pressure it. I disagree with this. You should have fixated on the guy who was healing. Especially since if you back up, you go to 50, you actually hear the person. You actually hear the person that was injured. You definitely should have started your downs better. You should have downed the obsession and hooked them, instead of going to pressure this Kate with the Feral Frenzy. You should have vaulted the window, I think. It doesn't matter. You got the hit, but so you're good. And again, like, okay, if you back up here, you can listen. You hit her, you leave, she starts mending. If you listen again, if you watch this back at 56, 57, you can actually hear the Kate start mending. The Kate starts to mend at a TL. A TL is weak. This is another play where you might have wanted to pressure her, because she's healing at a TL, which is weak as fuck. But instead, you go over here and pressure. Okay, well this is the right call. You don't really need to frenzy her because she's already deep wounded. There you go. This is what you should be doing. That person probably had a frame drop, which was not good. This room right here doesn't have a hook in it though. You have to kick a breakable. Oh, oof. Yeah, there's a break. You have to kick one of these breakables. This room doesn't have an exit. Yeah. And right now, you're not getting any ruin value because there's a survivor on that gen. Okay. This is not a bad idea. It's not that bad of an idea. Get her deep wounded. I would have probably actually just basic attacked her. Okay. What you should be doing right now, you should be immediately going to pick up the slug person. You are, I think you kicked the breakable. You kicked the breakable, right? Yeah. You kicked the breakable. You should have immediately went back and picked the slug person up and got a hook. Because right now, you haven't advanced your win condition at all. Like ruin isn't worth it. Like you should have just hooked the guy. The ruin value will come after you start hooking people. Once you start hooking people and slowing the game down that way, the ruin value will come into play later. Is 2x base regression really worth it? Again, on one of the safer gens on the map. You don't really need that. At least I don't think. It'd be being lethal will slow the game down by itself. Okay, they picked up the slug person. So right now, you were left with nothing, is what's going on right now. They have a gen almost done, and you were left with nothing because you went for slug pressure on a not lethal killer. I assume we're trying to relocate the injured person that they just healed. Okay, that's fine. They're healing against Legion. That's a waste of time. If they heal against Legion, you're going to get some value out of your perks. Okay. Yeah. Frenzy. You're doing the right thing. Whack. This is the right play right here. You're doing the correct thing right here. Okay. Okay. This is I agree with all of this. You're doing everything right now. I also agree with that. You adjusted. You did well there because you adjusted. You realized that she realized that she was coming for you, so she went to a safer position. You continued to chase her at a really safe location. You should have went and see if you could catch one of the people mending. Because right now, you're getting ruin value, sure, but you're not getting it down. You don't have a down. You don't have a hook. You haven't advanced your play yet. Also, they have a pallet there. You need to kick. That pallet's pretty safe. It's one of the stronger pallets on the map. You're getting some ruin value, sure. I mean, you are getting ruin value. I can't tell you you're not getting ruin value because you are getting ruin value. So if you are getting that value, but a better team would have gens popped right now, and I can promise you that. A better team would have gens popped. You should have taken the hook, because these guys are slow on gens. These guys are already slow on gens, so you're probably gonna win this game. Like all we know right now is that the game has been going on for 4 minutes and nothing has happened. Like nothing has happened. You don't have a hook. They don't have a generator done. So what you know as a killer right now is that they're not doing shit. They're not doing shit. 4 minutes. This game is supposed to last 4 to 6 minutes if the survivors are winning. They should realistically have let's see. But you have been constantly swapping back forth. They should have about 1.5, 2 gens done by now if you were actually playing a coordinated group. So what you're doing right now isn't really gonna ever beat anybody good. You don't need to frenzy her here. You need to down her. That was a blessing in disguise. They have tile linkage now, though, because you haven't kicked either pallet. Kate's running to the safest location on the map. And right now, because they're healing against you, so you're getting ruin value. Healing against Legion is bad. I will keep saying this till the cows come home. If they're healing against Legion, they're not good. Okay, you're making the right decision here. You're making good decisions. You just need some work on the best decisions to make. You're making good decisions. You need to consistently make good decisions. You probably did that frenzy too early because you couldn't see scratch marks there. They realized you were frenzying, so they probably ran. They have a lot of partial generators done. They can't decide what to. They can't finish, and they're still healing against Legion, which is still really bad. You're putting ruin value before a down, and just good job. Get the breakable out as you come past it. That's definitely good. Okay, here we go. You still don't have it down. It's been 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes and nothing has still happened in this game. You haven't downed anybody. This is a big issue. The only reason that this is like working is because they're healing. If they weren't healing, this wouldn't be working because they'd be using all of that time that they're spending healing. They should be on generators, and since they're not on generators, that's why this is working. A good team knows, good players know that, and a good group will fucking just gen rush you. So you're not losing this game, but like games your Legion is losing, that's what's happening. They're not healing and they're just using this time to crank gens because they know they can just loop you. Because you're Legion. This pallet's pretty safe. Okay, there you got your first down at 5 minutes 40 seconds. I think every killer main worth something can tell you how bad that is. 5 minutes 40. You should have it down within the first 2 minutes of the game if you're realistically gonna win. The only reason this is working is because they're healing against you. They're prioritizing healing themselves instead of doing gens. You need to kick. That pallet. You need to kick. You need to start clearing out some of these pallets. See how you're ignoring that pallet? I disagree with that. You need to start kicking. You should have kicked it as soon as you downed her. If you don't kick these tiles, they'll start adding up, and that's when these newer maps become dangerous. Okay, you definitely know you need to down her. Okay, she had balanced landing. That's fine. You already kicked Shaq, so it's a lot weaker. Okay, this Nia has bad internet. Okay, you dealt with Shaq. That's out of the way. Ruin's doing something for you. See like when you hook somebody, when you hook somebody, let me tell you how the Ruin value you get by hooking somebody. If you hook somebody, use barbecue to find somebody else and chase them, somebody else has to go get the rescue. That's 3 people not on gens. You're getting Ruin value during that entire time when Ruin is up. You don't need to get Ruin value by bouncing back and forth between people with Frenzy. That's just not very good. It just leaves too much time on the table. That Nia ran the complete wrong way. And yeah, this Nia's bad internet. That's fine. Take your hook. So we finally got the ball rolling at around 6:46. Okay, is she injured or not? If she's not injured, you should be prioritizing it down over your Frenzy. But you did, good job. She could still have DS. I think that's the person you hooked, right? She could still have DS. I don't think you're gonna get DS, but she could probably still have it. So maybe rethink that pickup next time. Okay. You saw 2 with barbecue down this way, so you definitely need to go this way. Yeah, you're doing the right play. I'm kind of proxy camping this person, which is okay because you saw scratch marks like a second ago. But yeah, it's definitely time to start moving out. They popped the safest gen on the map. That was bad. You do need to kick some of these tiles, though. There's like 2 pallets that link together right there. Okay. She's at the edge of the map. Keep her there. Or Frenzy. Yeah, Frenzy, good job. Frenzy is good enough. You don't really have to zone her. Okay. I do agree with this choice, though, to go back here after whacking her with Frenzy. I do agree with this choice. Okay. Was that the Kate that was on the hook? Is there 2 Kates in this game? I don't know. Everybody's injured. See, if you just had a Blood Echo in for my ears, you'd be nasty right now. But they're still healing, so you're still getting value from Ruin right now. Another reason why healing against Legion is really bad. Okay. Take your hook. Should be your first hook. Yeah, there's 2 Kates in this game. Okay. Should we go right over there? You still need to kick that pallet on your left. The more dead zones Legion has at his disposal, the better. That was too early. I'm sure you knew that. Dude, these guys are wasting so much time healing. You do need to kick that pallet, though. That pallet's one of the stronger pallets on the map. I'm gonna keep telling you every time you see it, so next time you'll kick it. Okay, Frenzy. Alright, what's everybody doing? They're not doing any generators up there. Just leave them. They're pressuring themselves. You should go get them. You should prioritize the down on the Meg. I forget if this knee is bad, right? Yeah, you could down this Nia. Kick that breakable up there. That breakable's trash. Because you chose not to kick it, they get to use it again. Just get rid of that breakable. My opening play is usually to get rid of that breakable. Because that breakable up there is really obnoxious. Here we go. Okay. Because you chose to frenzy there, you lost it down. You should have just went after the injured person, especially since you know that Nia's weak. One thing we already know is that Nia's weak, so which means, especially when she's injured, you should prioritize getting her. Okay, we did not know that Kate had sprint burst, so that's a fair mistake to make. We didn't know about her. We did not know that about her yet, so. Well, she was not injured, so you could have frenzied. And then that would have made you, maybe let you keep track of, refine that Nia. Okay. She's at TL, this is weak. She also doesn't really run it correctly. I'm all ears value, good job. Alright, get your down. We need to find that Nia with barbecue. Your next play should be to look for, get Nia with barbecue. Which it doesn't look like we see anybody. We see somebody on the gen. There's somebody, you missed somebody on your left. There's somebody working on that generator so far to the left. Here, I'll see if I can find her for you. Let's go back and replay that. Yeah, she could be seen at 11:41. There. See her. That little, at the very edge of the generator, there's a shade of red that's lighter than the other. That's the survivor. So yeah, there's somebody over there. Okay, but that's fine. We got scratched. Plus, that generator is not really the one you want to focus on defending anyway. So even if it might not even have been the right play to go get her. She just wasn't there. That's the only, she's there. Okay, we really don't know what to do next. So, okay, great. We found somebody. She should have gotten the guy off the hook. Okay, she doesn't have borrowed time. She's wasting her time. She should have just gotten her off the hook. You should have. Yeah, that pallet should have been kicked a long time ago. This area should be a big dead zone right now. Okay. See, the person on that generator that you missed popped it, which again, it's okay, because that generator is not really a key one you need to worry about anyway. Okay, nice choice to prioritize the, you need to kick that pallet. Just okay, well, you did, I don't know why you moved over. Just breaking the pallet first would have saved time. Seconds are everything in this game. Every decision you should be doing should be about saving precious seconds. Okay. Okay, we know where we're going next. Okay. I'm assuming what you did there was read the fact that they were healing. So this is actually really good what you're doing right now. You're getting over there as fast as you can to punish the heal because you know where it's taking place. You should slug the injured person right now. Perfect. And that's the one you need to. So don't worry about anything else. Just pick her up and get her out. I think she's on Deathhook. Jesus, Dead Dog is so dumb. This person's on Deathhook, right? Yeah, you should be able to pick her up and get her out. And then you got your kill before the 2 gens done, so you're sitting pretty now. No, she's not dead. Okay, that's different. Now, but you still know she's weak. Okay, they're all really split up, so your next play should be the injured person because you're Legion. You want that weaker. Well, I mean, they're healing, I guess, which is good against Legion. But like, she's closest to you, and it doesn't matter anymore. She popped the heal. She popped the heal, which means she didn't move. So I don't know if you're looking for her, but she's out back. Somebody, the one on the far left came in to get that rescue. That pallet should have been kicked a long time ago. If it's in the game, they can just turn it into a dead zone. Okay, here we go. You should have slugged the Nia before you did that. Maybe that was a body block, though. Ignore the flashlight. She's flashlighting you because she knows you're making the right play. Okay. Nice on all ears. Oh, whiffed it. Okay. That's usually the sign that she might have DS. Yeah, this is tunneling. You could have DS. Yeah. That's the second time that you could have been DS this game, and so you're 1 for 2 on the DS attempts. And then this pallet should have been kicked a long time ago. So, yeah, her bad internet saved you. On her screen, she vaulted that shit. She got over it. If she had good internet, she probably would have. Well, if she had good, she should have played the tile. But yeah, that was a safe vault because that pallet needs to be kicked. Okay. Okay, she's out. She is weak though, so like, you definitely had time to do that tunnel because you're obviously way better than she is. Okay. You realized too late that you didn't have enough time. Thank God the Meg's an idiot. Yeah, you did not have enough time to do that. You should have just stayed on the Meg. And Shaq, besides Shaq's a dead zone. Cheeky. I see what you did. You have time to play around with her. Yeah, like she has time. Okay, oh, okay, she's done. Perfect. Just hug. I would just hug her. Save some time. Okay, basically my major analysis here is that you just need to be more lethal. Once you got the ball rolling, you started to make good decisions, but like those first few minutes, trying to get early game ruin value, it's just not worth it. There were a few times you could have just had a hook to start your pressure much earlier, but you waited to like start a hook like 6 minutes in, like your first. I don't think that was your second down, and your first hook occurred around 5 minutes into the game. That's just totally not worth it. You should have kept going forward there and exited your cooldown right behind her. Although it wouldn't have mattered because Hatch was in the game. GG. So yeah, just be more lethal with Legion. Just be more lethal with him. Yep, try to get that down before, try to get that hook, I should say, because that wasn't a down, because you downed somebody early in the game, but you let them slug. You don't really need to be slugging in the early game. Just get your hook started. Slugging should be a backup plan. Well, not necessarily a backup plan, just like when it's actually a feasible option to do. It's not that something you should be prioritizing as a win condition. Don't force the ruin value. The ruin value will come through playing well. That's why I consider it a win more perk and not very good. Because it'll start helping you win when you're already winning. Perks like Corrupt Intervention and Pop Goes the Weasel will actively help you win the game. Ruin doesn't really help you win. At least I don't think. I know everyone's starting to come around to it, but I still don't like it. I still think it's a shitty perk. Oh well. GG, friend.